Hey guys, what's up? It's Van, and we are back with another video. So we're gonna be talking about the new system that was just added into the game, which is the Valor Point system. And what I feel like people don't realize is that the Valor system isn't necessarily there to help you catch up to anyone who's mythic rating or anyone who's doing really high-end content like high-end PvP, like 2100 and 2400 rated PvP or mythic raids in general, but it's supposed to close the gap, but I don't really feel like it does that properly. So what do I mean by that? And to explain, it's basically a lot harder than it is to explain, but I'll try my best to explain it to you that way. So right now, the new Valor system, I'll bring it up right here. Right now, the Valor system is whenever you do a mythic dungeon or a covenant calling, you will get Valor, okay? And to be able to get anything, you will get around 35 Valor for a blue calling and 50 Valor for a purple calling. And the maximum cap on the first week of 9.0.5, which is the what today is, we have a maximum cap of 5,000, which is increasing by 750 each week. So let's say you do mythic dungeons. Okay, so every mythic dungeon you complete, no matter the keystone level, will reward you 135 Valor. Okay, sounds good, right? Yeah. Okay, so you can upgrade the Valor you need by going to the NPCs, and this is the mythic gear dungeon ranks that you're gonna get by doing the mythic plus you need every single week, and this is the Great Vault's level reward. So, for example, this is an item they put up in this example where you did Mythic 9, and this is what you get: Great Vault that gave you rank 6 out of 12 on a Mythic 9. And here's where it's gonna be quite annoying. So, upgrading these account-wide upgrades, from what I know is, my account has already completed Shadowlands Keystone Conqueror. Okay? Actually, I think I did Keystone Conqueror. Right, yeah. That means I'm not able to upgrade any of my gear past rank 6. Because apparently I haven't done enough mythic dungeons on one character to unlock Keystone Conqueror, because when I logged in, I only got Keystone Explorer on both my characters, my Hunter and my Druid, that does the most amount of Mythic Plus. I was only able to get the Shadowlands Keystone Explorer, which means I haven't done enough plus 10s on all my characters, or one character, to unlock Keystone Conqueror. Now, there are 4 ranks that require an achievement prerequisite to progress any further. Supposedly, they are account-wide to upgrade, but as far as I know, each character that I logged into got the Keystone Explorer achievement except for my DK and my Paladin, who I don't do Mythic Plus with that much. So I'm pretty sure it is not account-wide, or at least they separated the progress to not be account-wide, because I got my Shadowlands Keystone Conqueror achievement a few days ago, before the reset, and now they just took it away. So, here's the funny thing about that thing. You're stuck with rank 6 until you finish Keystone Conqueror. That's item level 200. Unless you finish Keystone Explorer, which is Season 1. Which is the every dungeon in plus 5. You're stuck at 207, which is rank 8, until you've finished every single dungeon on plus 10 or higher. And you're stuck at item level 213, which is the heroic version of Castle Nathria, until you finished Keystone Master. Every single dungeon on a plus 15. Let me tell you, that is not easy to do at 213. Let's say you're a person who only does mythic dungeons, who you don't do raids, you don't do PvP. You're stuck at 213 until you finish everything on mythic level 15. That's just the small stupidity about it. I'm not even done. I'm not even finished about it. We're not at the halfway point. So that's already a really big part of the stupidity about the Valor system that I find obnoxious, because if I'm a person who's already doing mythic 15s, that means I'm gonna be geared at least relatively to maybe 215, 217, where I'm not gonna need a lot of the gear upgrades anymore that I can't get from the Valor point system. So if you didn't know, the Valor point system only goes up till item level 220. It doesn't go up anywhere else, and you're locked behind 220 forever. So if you want, let's say, Inscrutable Quantum Device at 226, you're gonna need to be lucky with your Great Vault pull to be able to get that at 226. Other than that, you're only actually stuck with 220 no matter what, which means it's still not better than raiding, it's still not better than PvP. So you might think, it's only a dungeon, you can memorize the route, you can memorize the mobs, you can memorize everything. Sure, but the time investment is there, and I'll show you guys in a bit. So we're gonna look at the different costs to Valor to upgrade your gear, and it varies amount on the gear slot that you're currently upgrading. There are 6 different Valor costs, with weapons being the most expensive. So let's say a weapon, one-handed, is 500, intellect is 750, which makes it insanely skewed. The two-handed weapon is 1,000, and Valor for shields, offhands, rings, cloaks, bracers, and necklace, it's 250. For trinkets, belts, shoulder, gloves, and boots, it's 400. Helmet, legs, and chest is at 475, and yeah, so 500 for weapon. So here's the stupid part about this update. You can't upgrade any single mythic dungeon drop you get before this update, which means every single item you got, you're gonna have to refarm to get again, and then re-upgrade that thing. So let's say you did 10s, and you got the 216 version of the trinket that's your BIS, that's your dungeon trinket, and now you can't upgrade it to 220 because the system won't allow you to. I find that absolutely stupid. So we're gonna be going over my character, and let's assume I'm gonna be using my character item level 207, which is actually 209 already. Let's say we're using my character as a template to see how much gear we still need, and how much time I have to invest through Valor points alone to get sizable or achievable upgrades. So my head is at, I actually have a list down here, so I'm just gonna pull that up. So my helmet is at 207, which means I need 4 upgrades. My necklace is at 213, which just means I need 2 upgrades. My shoulders is at 207. My back is at 200. My chest is already at 220. My wrist is at 200. My gloves is at 216. My belt is at 200. My boots is at 197, but let's consider it at 200. My ring is at 207. My other ring is at 213. My trinket is only at 200 because it's a 197. It's actually 194, so let's consider it 200. Both my trinkets are 200, and my offhand is at 200. So, calculating every single item level upgrade that I need, let's say I already have Keystone Master. Let's assume I already have Keystone Master. It's going it's going to take me a total of 18,200 total Valor points required to upgrade every single piece of gear that I have right now, assuming everything's upgradable, to 220. So you get 135 Valor per Mythic Plus run. 135 Valor. Which means if we divide it by 18,200 of the total Valor points that I'm gonna need to get all my gear to 220, not 226, 220, I'm going to need to do 135 Mythic Plus dungeons. Oh, only 135. A lot of people PvP for hours and hours and hours. A lot of people raid for hours and hours and hours. No. A lot of people raid for 3 to 4 hours a day, and multiply that by 2 to 3 nights a week with your guild, and you're most likely done. Therefore, mythic raiding is still probably the most efficient way to gear. But I digress. Let's say I have an amazing team that will time every single key we do at a relatively high level. So let's say we all time it at 10s. That way our upgrades will start at relatively high at 10s. So let's say it'll take an average of 30 minutes per run for a good run. It'll take 4,050 minutes or 67.5 hours to get the 18,200 Valor points. Or in an average run, let's say I pug it, I have a relatively decent Raider IO score, not really good, but let's say it's average, and I get 45 minutes per run. It'll take me 6,075 minutes or 101 hours so to get anywhere. And if it is a shit run, if people are so dumb, if they can't do their mechanics, if they can't do the boss, if they can't do anything, it's going to take me an hour, right? So it'll take me 8,100 minutes or 135 hours to be able to get all of the Valor points needed to get to every single piece of gear that I currently have equipped to 220. Not 226, not 233, 220. So not even the best gear in the game. They're expecting you to invest about 70 hours to 140 hours of gameplay just doing Mythic Plus to get every single piece of gear to 220. And the moment you step into Mythic raiding, and you get a drop at Mythic Raids, it 100% replaces the gear that you worked so desperately hard to farm. Or, let's say you were working on a trinket upgrade. Let's say you were already at 216 because you can't use all of you. There's a Valor cap of 5,000, so you have to keep upgrading your gear. If you don't have Keystone Master yet, you have to keep upgrading every single piece of gear to 213 because you can't cap out on Valor until you have Keystone Master, because there's no point. Actually, you can't cap out on Valor, period. You have to upgrade it each and every single time so you don't waste your Valor, because if you cap it, then you're not gonna get it. So let's say you get a vault. Let's say you did a 14 or a 15. So you're going to be guaranteed a 226 item level drop from the vault. And let's say it just so happens to be the trinket that you were actually farming to upgrade. Let's say you already at 216. So you only needed one upgrade left. And let's say you were from, let's assume, 200. So it took you 5 upgrades. That 5 upgrades cost you 2,000 Valor. Shit, right? So you did about roughly 10 Mythic Plus runs to get that 2,000 Valor, only to have it yanked behind your feet, underneath your feet, because you got lucky or it dropped. Now, one might say, that's good then, you have 226. But no, it doesn't feel good because the rest of your Valor went into that item level upgrade, which just got replaced. So hours and hours of your work literally gets replaced by luck. And note that you will never be able to get 226 gear from Mythic Plus unless it's from the Great Vault, which is a weekly thing. To even unlock the upgrades, you need to have done Mythic 5s, Mythic 10s, and Mythic 15s on all dungeons. That's 8 dungeons for a single character, and you need them timed. I don't know about you, but having more gear would definitely help more to time Mythic Plus. And I don't think it's going to be viable to gear up with Mythic Plus alone. It's supposed to be a complement to raiding. It's supposed to be a complement to PvP. But if I'm a person who just does Mythic Plus because I like doing Mythic Plus, then I'm screwed over. You know? But yeah, that's just my explanation of my understanding of the Mythic Plus system right now, or the Valor system right now. It's not going to help us. It's a filler for content that's not here yet, which is 9.1. And I don't think I think people are going to catch on really quick at how bad the system is. And I think it's going to be iterated soon. So stay updated for that. This most probably won't be the final version of Valor Points, and I highly doubt that people will accept it for what it is. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Laters.